My name is Chimezie Ndubuisi, and of course, I'm from Edda, Basi to be precise. I'm the founder of SkillUp Edda International. SkillUp Edda is basically a skill acquisition outfit designed to empower the people of Edda youth with different kinds of skills ranging from graphic design, website design, content creation, cake, that's catering, and all that. So it's a free program that we usually hold annually across the communities in Edha. And of course, what we do is we map out the summer holiday to reach out to our people. We visited different locations, different communities in Edda, and of course, we've been able to at least reach out to not less than 300 participants for our program. Well, SkillUp Edda, like I mentioned, it's just an outfit, and the people that are championing this are people from Edda, people with like minds, and their agenda is how do we transform lives? How do we become part of what you're doing? I mean, we have different individuals from different communities, from different villages who indicated interest to train our people free of charge. Just for example, let me just cite this particular one. And that was our 2025 edition. That's just they just concluded edition. Someone reached out to me and was like, "Oh, Mr. Chimezie, I'm interested in what you're doing. I would like to be part of what you're doing, and I want to teach the people of Edda how to prepare custard." And of course, all she needed was just a little support to get her items and all that. At the end of the day, she showed up and then trained our people free of charge. How we gather our team is we throw up, we call for volunteers. And of course, sometimes people reach out to us and say, okay, we are interested in being part of what you're doing, and we are ready. Sometimes they fund their own items, everything they need for their training. Sometimes they fund it, and we are basically people who are out to impact lives. Basically, SkillUp Edda, just like the name implies, Skill Up Edda. What gave birth to SkillUp Edda is the fact that we've been able to analyze a whole lot of things happening in Edda. Sometimes a lot of people reach out to us, Chimezie, do you know someone that can do this? Do you know someone that can do this? I mean, we have a lot of, we get a whole lot of job opportunities, but when we look around us, we don't see anyone who can easily pick and then give such job. And of course, because of the rate of unemployment in the country, we just want to see how we can actually train our people to be globally relevant. And our goal is to see an average Edda person residing in Oslo while working for a company in Canada, in Australia, and the rest of the world. That's the reason why we decide to go inside the thick villages, those deep villages. We make sure that we reorient their mindset. We'll be able to rebuild their mindset to think like not someone in the village, but someone who have where to go. And at the end of the day, we empower the person with the skill. And that's basically what we've been doing since 2021 when we officially launched out. What we do, like I did mention earlier, is to give our people proper orientation about the current phase we are in life. You know, when I was born, of course, I witnessed a whole lot. And of course, we see some of our elders who are graduate doing nothing. Some of them, they end up being in the village for the rest of their life because of lack of opportunities. And to answer that question, how receptive our people has been, I can tell you for free that people are becoming more interested in our activities. Let me just take you back to our 2021 edition, which took place at Owutu Edda, John Holtz to be precise. During our program, we hosted it during the festive period, hoping that everybody must have arrived for Christmas and everything. People will be able to attend the event. But lo and behold, we didn't get enough participants. Some started, and along the line, they stopped coming. And of course, we had to now take a very good analysis. Why is this happening? So what we did was, okay, let's take it down to summer holidays where students will be done with school, and possibly that time they will have enough
Be at
time
home.
yeah, exactly. So we hosted the next edition, which took place at Edda. And during Ebuma edition, sorry, let me take you back a little bit. In O2, we had about 54 participants. And then when we went to Ebuma, we had about 104 participants. I mean, these 104 participants were people who completed their program. I'm not talking about those who started but couldn't complete the program. And of course, for me, it proved that people are ready to learn these skills because you know, at some point you get to a point in life where you have to make decision and say, okay, I'm tired of this particular position. Of course, we had people, we had teachers, we had people, a nurse, we had, graduates who were ready to learn this skill. And of course, at the end of the day, we did justice to that. So for me, our people are becoming receptive. But we did in the one we did in Ekole, of course, they also the people that reciprocated was actually large, and the one we just concluded at Muguzu Edda was also a successful event. Of course, we recorded a large number of participants, and that's basically all I can tell you. But I can tell you for free that people are becoming interested in what we are doing because our mandate is to raise the youth, the new generation of youth who will compete with other global giants while being in Edda. Like I did mention earlier, we want to have someone who will be in Ndeba while rendering service to companies in different countries. So
In the
that's our
US.
target. Yeah, I believe. Of course, we've been getting a result on that area too. Yeah. In 2021 edition, which we hosted at O2, we did an online poll, which at the end of the day, O2 won, and we had our events in O2. And the second edition, we said, okay, let's go to Ebuwana. But we needed to also do a polling, that's voting. At the end of the day, Ebuwana 2 also did excellently well. And in time of talking about Ekole, we just had to consider within ourselves that, okay, if we go by the voting, we might likely not be able to reach out to some villages. Okay. So we had to just fix it in Ekole and then had our program. It was successful. In Nguzu's program was actually supposed to be hosted in Etiti Edda, possibly a GKU and all that, but the whole lot of things we considered. And one was the fact that we couldn't see a proper ICT center that we could partner with and which would have helped us. So I'm just using this opportunity to call on the people of Etiti Edda, of which I happen to grow up in one of the villages in Etiti Edda. I'm using the opportunity to call your attention this urgent need for an ICT center in Etiti Edda because a whole lot of opportunities are coming in. But when we look around, we don't see such firm that we can partner. I mean, our people are ready to transfer the skills, but then these are the challenges that we face most of the time. And of course, in our 2025 edition, which took place in Nguzu, we partner with Seed ICT Hub. And of course, it's one of the best partnership we've ever experienced. And of course, we also had a very good partnership with those in Ebunwana because they also have ICT center. Yeah. So these two locations are very, very good locations that, of course, we really, really enjoyed that partnership. Shout out to Ebunwana e-business services and shout out to Seed ICT Hub. God bless you guys for everything. Well, I was born and raised in Deba, Edda. That's why when we started out, a whole lot of people was like, okay, Why don't we do it in Ndeba? I told them it's not really about the location that the founder is coming from, or possibly because I grew up in Ndeba, I should do it in Ndeba. We have to make a balanced decision so it doesn't look like you just want to draw attention. So that's basically, or I'm from Ebomana, but I grew up in Ndeba. And I don't have to say this, but I can tell you for free. In my next life, I would like to come from, to be born in Edda. I mean, I would like to be an Edda man, irrespective of the challenges we face on a daily basis in Edda. But the simple truth is that Edda has all it takes to be global giants. You know, when I happen to interact with a whole lot of people, I see that these people are not just people, they are people who have the ability to do a whole lot. But then I know there are sometimes the challenges we face in that really, really limit us a lot. But trust me, I'm so particular about Edda because I believe so much in an average Edda person. If Edda man said, I want to do this, believe me, he will do it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm so particular about.
The
Well, the simple truth is this. Let's even assume that I have all the money in the world. My first business will be planted in Edda.
why?
It will be planted in Edda because we have all it takes to power the whole state, not just Ebonyi State. We have all it takes to power the country. I can tell you for free, we have a lot in Edda, which we have untapped opportunities that we have to really, really explore and also take advantage of. You know, in Edda, we have the largest cave in Africa, which is that of Bamancho,
Yes.
which I just feel we are not doing justice to what we have as a people. And I feel it's time we need to really, really pay attention to what we have. The people of Oso alone, the kind of production they produce during the rice season, they produce a large number of this rice. I mean, the rice most times I happen to interact with one of them. I told him why is also not being celebrated. He said it's just that's just how they see it. But then basically also alone supplies rice to as far as Lagos. I mean, they bag, ship down to transport to Lagos and other nearby states.
States.
So for me, I feel we have not really come to a point where we understand what we have. You know, there's a popular saying that says, you may not really know the importance of what you have until you lose
You
it.
lose
But
it.
trust me, we need to really, really calm down and look at what we can do in order to be able to build the Edda of our dream. When we started, actually, we had a whole lot of disappointment. I mean, when we first started, a whole lot of people indicated interest. I would like to be part of what people are doing. I'm ready. I'm interested. At the end of the day, we ended up having a whole lot of facilitators, more than 10 facilitators. But guess what? The day of the event, we didn't have up to 5. I mean, we didn't have the following day, most of them they went back. And of course, I didn't see it as a challenge because I understand one thing. Um, if it doesn't work now, it will definitely work tomorrow. So I believe in everybody who indicate interest to be part of what we are doing, and I believe we'll meet someday when they will be able to see the need to not just come once, but to continue working with us. Then another thing is the area of funds. You know, when we initially launched out, I was still working then, and of course, I remember printing some banners, sent down to Edda, but it was not being placed because the person I gave it to said someone has collected it. The person that collected it said I'm not available to hang it. At the end of the day, the whole delay also affected our program. But then we believe that for one to be fully involved in this kind of event, one need to earn his own independence, and that was what I had to do. I had to quit my job to make sure that whenever it's time for SkillUp Edda, I go there with my full chest and then handle everything. And of course, by God's grace, now I can categorically tell you that I can wake up tomorrow and say I'm traveling down to Edda to do something. I will do that without anybody stopping me from doing. Well, the major challenge we're facing now is the fact that we just pray we have enough to empower our people after our program. There's a business model that we are trying to adopt, and that is Tony Elumelu Foundation. They have a business model that they don't just
Give
give
skills.
skills, or maybe after training they give you the cash. They make
They will
sure
take
that,
you a takeoff
yes, they make
fund.
sure that you are well rooted, you're able to meet all the requirements before you are being given
The
any
fund.
fund for startup. So that's the model we want to adopt. But for now, major challenge we have is that we don't have sponsors that can just wake up and say, okay, I'm ready to fund this event. I'm ready to do enough publicity to make sure that people reach out to every part of Asia. And also, what we are praying for is to have a space, possibly in a good location where every other person can easily access. And the essence of that is so that after a 2 weeks event, the person can easily go there, continue his training free of charge. And of course, that's why I really, really appreciate the presence of Seed ICT Hub. They are doing amazingly well in terms of retaining the people that they are training. I mean,
So where is seed?
Seed is located at Chimezie Edda, the primary school there, just by the primary school. Just ask around the ICT hub. Is there is CCTV? CCTVs are already in place, and then a solar powered ICT hub. So they don't complain about any diesel. They just pray that the sun and everything is working very well for them. So for us, we just wished, and we are really, really looking up to a whole lot of persons for support to be able to do it in a bigger way, so to be able to impact more life and then have more people empowered and employed through our events. Yeah. This event has been running for the past 5 years. All right. So, but in 2024, because of the economic recession of the country and all that, we didn't have enough to actually go live. But what we had to do was to launch our digital skill. That's where we now adopted SkillUp Edda Digi Youth program. And that Digi Youth program is basically for digital skills. And of course, people, they usually ask me, who is always posting on your on the SkillUp Edda platform? I laugh because during our 2024 edition, we trained different social media managers. And of course, the person currently handling our social media manager is now an expert because she now understands everything. We've been giving her small stipend for data and all that. This is more like 1 year plus now. And of course, she knows the job and she's doing amazingly well. And I want to do a very big shout out to Helen Vic. Thank you so much, my dear sister. You've been doing an amazing job. God bless you.
Already a staff
Yeah,
with
with
your
skill of
organization.
it. Yeah, yeah.
Wow, wow, wow. And you just confirmed that she's doing very well.
And guess what? I have a guy. His name is Anyako. I met him during our Ebomana edition, during the one we had in Ebomana. Anyako actually registered to be trained, but when he realized that there are some lapses in terms of the facilitators not on ground, he just had to sacrifice that moment to be part of what SkillUp Edda have been doing. He abandoned his own decision to learn. Instead, he was now fully part of it, what we're doing. And of course, Anyuko has contributed. Today, Anyuko is also a facilitator in our platform. He is now the one facilitating on the area of uh, art, drawing, and painting, and all that. All right, shout out to Anyuko Innovation. God bless you, guys. Okay, like I did mention earlier, we need a center in Edda. That's one. Two, but the immediate one we need now is a support because we are currently working on building a mobile app that will serve as a study center for our people. So we're going to be having pre-recorded courses on different skills. For example, instead of you to wait for the annual edition, you can just log on to our academy, enroll, finish the program, earn your certificate, which will be officially satisfied by the government because we are also making move on how we can get a
Okay, partner with the government.
yes to have a good qualification. So as you're coming out, you're not just having a mere paper, you're having document that's recognized by the government. So for now, we are looking at the sum of 10 million naira for the project because we're going to be having a very good app. It's going to have a web app and mobile app so people can easily
Access.
access courses. And of course, one of the things we plan doing on the platform is to create forum, a forum in the sense that we have different communities. For example, we have a TT as a community, we have also as a community, Umbuzo as a community, and all that. So that when you come in, you're not just coming in to learn, you have the opportunity to network with your fellow Edda. If there's any, if there is job opportunity, you can just come up to your own community and is anyone in Umbuzo? Is anyone available? There's a job for Umbuzo person. Of course, we share opportunities on the platform. So that's what we are looking up to building before the end of next year. An average Edda person has a capacity to survive in anywhere he or she finds him or herself. The only problem we are having is information. Information. You know, if we do a proper reorientation on across all Edda, you'll be able to see that the person that have been farming for the one him and the family will eat will now be thinking of how he can package red oil to sell to people in Abuja, send to UK, Canada, and all that. So it's just all about giving our people the right information and opportunities. So I feel Edda has the capacity, like I did mention. Someone also producing rice, if he has the link to send the rice to China, he'll make more money. So it's just all about what do we see when we look at an average Edda person. When you come down to it, what do you see? For me, I'm not seeing I'm not seeing people struggling. I'm seeing creative being, untapped potentials that need to actually they need to be enlightened to know the opportunities right there. You know, Edda currently, we can actually build a production hub in Edda where we can be producing zippers shipped to other country. We produce whatever thing we want to produce and ship out, and then everything works for our own good. And of course, that's basically the area I'm looking at. As a matter of fact, uh, digital skill is the best skill anyone can think of now. I can tell you for free. I mean, I'm in Ebonyi State now, but I have clients across the nation. I mean, I have some in UK, I have some in Canada and all that. But I have them, I'm working for them, and at the end of the day, I get paid. As it stands now, I can actually relocate to Edda, provided I will have access to internet, light, and all that. So for me, I feel our people should start rewiring their mind to think beyond the things we are known for. I usually tell people during the holiday, why rush to Aba to sell granuts when you can acquire skill that will help you stand out? So that it has really been bothering me because I see a whole lot of things happening in Edda, but unfortunately, some of them you can't change them because people need physical cash as they play, it they happen. But the simple truth is that how long are you going to continue doing this to ourselves? There's just a very bad stuff. People actually, they are very good at that, which I want to use this opportunity to also advise them. When you go out there, maybe you go to a bar or you go to Port Harcourt, you see average person hustling, trying to make ends meet. At the end of the year, you see them buying big, they will buy big goods, spend a whole lot of cash on those items. And by the time they are done celebrating Christmas, you still see them wearing what they usually wear to sell the market. The question is, what decision are we really making as people? It's okay to start selling, it's okay to start with granite selling, but if you're selling granite, let it just be temporary. Let it just be something you want to start to be able to raise funds to focus on the future. What really, really affects people is not having direction, because people start today, they hustle, at the end of the day, they are worn out. The next thing, they move back to the village and then start farming. And of course, Edda will be better when we start learning skills, not just skill, digital skill, because we are in the era of ICT, which has no dependency on your location. You can be anywhere and work anywhere. Okay, we are looking at, like I mentioned earlier, to have an academy. Most of the times, a whole lot of people indicate interest. I want to learn, I want to do this, I just want to learn. Please, when are you people coming to Aba to teach us? When are you people coming to Lagos to teach us? And because of our agenda, which is to reach out to every Edda youth, irrespective of your location, the direction we are going is to build an academy, which is going to be an online where you enroll, take the courses, and then graduate. And of course, the online edition of what we plan doing is going to give you access to interact with your facilitator. You have assignment, they give you assignment. The day of your project, they give you project. You submit your project. At the end of the day, we'll be able to evaluate your performance. And when it's time for empowerment, that's where we'll be needing our people's intervention, possibly those that can give our people maybe bags of flour to support those that are into catering and all that. That's where we'll be now talking about, because at the end of the program, we will be able to now have the graduates, which when we are celebrating them, we can now select the best graduates and then do their empowerment. Our request, it's partnership. During our last edition, we approached a whole lot of persons, and of course, we reached out to the current local government chairman, and that is Honorable Prince Chimezie Ndubuisi, and of course, he gave us his own support in terms of advice and all that. What we want to do is partnership. Whatever thing that needs to be done for Edda to be better, especially the area of empowering the youth, if you have any ideas, just come on board. Let's just do it together as a team for the purpose of helping an average Edda person. So, in the area of partnership, you can come in, maybe you can partner through support, maybe through finance. Like I did mention, our upcoming projects, we need the sum of 10 million naira to make the app a reality for our people. And of course, what we'll be needing for those that are good in terms of recording what they do. If you're into catering, you can actually set your camera, record different session of your cooking, different procedures on how to do, package it, and then forward to us. So when the application is completed, we'll be able to host it on the app so people can easily access it. And of course, we'll have your company being credited for that particular content. For content creation too, if you have any course at all that you believe that will be good for our people,
Useful and helpful.
yeah, please bring it on board. Our target is, let's reach out to the unreached, especially our people. Well, in the next 5 years, SkillUp Edda should have gotten a good location in Edda. And of course, where I work in Abakaliki here, I use that as our office where you can walk in and then uh, have conversation with us. But where we see skill up in the next 5 years is for we should be able to have a standard ICT firm in Edda where our people will come in, learn for free. We have facilitators on ground that will train them, and also in the next 5 years, we are looking at having our people that we've trained working in different places, and of course, some of them working for international clients. That's where we see ourselves in the next 5 years. Well, I just want every other person to calm down. You see, a whole lot of things is happening, and sometimes I shake my head because other people are not known for a whole lot of things happening in Edha. I see a whole lot of our brothers doing all kinds of things just to make ends meet. Some commit themselves into things that are not supposed to commit themselves into. My word for you today is though it may tarry, but it will surely come to pass. Take it easy on yourself. Don't let pressure make you do the things you're not supposed to do. And trust me, with good skill and opportunity, those things that you are rushing will come into you. You will serve as a magnet, attracting those opportunities. Focus on personal development, build yourself, and stand out. Trust me, nations will come looking for you. Thank you.